Hey, kids, we're a couple of annoyed grunt boys, and this is the 138th Simpsons podcast.
Not gonna make another Bart tonight if I do it right. No more Barts tonight. No more Barts tonight. No Barts.
That's right, we're the podcast that explores the animated sitcom The Simpsons. But we don't explore the golden age that we know to be seasons 1 through 10, because we know that there are plenty of other podcasts that have already talked about those. So we want to go beyond, from seasons 11 and beyond, to find the greatness that lies within there, hopefully. I am half an annoyed grunt boy, Steve, but I can't do this on my own. So with me, as always, is my other half annoyed grunt boy,
Craig.
Hey, Craig.
How's it going, Steve?
I am good. I don't want to be a bummer, but we'll start this episode with a tribute. There is an animator named Edwin Aguilar who fled El Salvador and their civil war to become a Simpsons animator, and he unfortunately passed away recently.
A lot of times when talking about tributes to people from The Simpsons, like it's usually like voice actors that pass away. But really, if you think about it, like without Edwin here, there's a lot we don't have because of his work.
It's true.
He's been working with The Simpsons animation since 1998, Steve. So
wow. So, yeah.
It's been some time. So we have a lot to thank from him. He's produced a lot of the animation that we all love.
That's right. And, you know, he worked with Chuck Jones. So, like, it's great that he, you know, escaped this war-torn country to become, like, this amazing animator for over 20 years. As a child, he'd wait for the newspaper to come home so he could look at the comic books. He'd draw Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck. And then he grew up to be, you know, a great animator. And sadly, we lost him at the young age of 46. So
rest in power.
Yes.
Edwin. Sad day. Sorry to bring you guys down, but we wanted to say his name. And I guess anyone that works for The Simpsons has the dream job.
Yeah.
It's hard to try to be serious, you know, go from serious to let's not be serious.
Yeah, I mean, should we talk about like things going on in the country right now? Will that lighten the
mood?
Oh,
jeez, yeah. Something bad happened today with a police officer, and someone got it on their cell phone footage, and we more and more don't trust the police.
Yeah, and that is the clip that we'll be playing nearly every week from now on until
I'll record that, just me saying that, and then yeah. All right, Steve, let's go back to a happier time, maybe.
Let's go all the way back to 2015 when everything was much better.
Right, like May 10th.
Yeah, like May 10th. What was the number one movie in the box office?
Why, Steve? It was everyone's favorite director, Joss Whedon, and his sequel to The Avengers. The Avengers 2, Age of Ultron.
All right. How does that work in the, like, is that one of the good ones?
It wasn't. So like when it came out, it was kind of long, and there was just like, it wasn't as good as the first Avengers or like some of the other movies. Honestly, it wasn't that great. Mm-hmm. But the problem is because of WandaVision, that movie's good now. It's weird how like a lot of these Marvel movies or like the newer Marvel stuff like will validate or make previous movies better, and that you want to go back and watch it again.
Interesting.
Is even though like as much Marvel gets praise and people love it, honestly, there's only like a handful of the movies that are actually like good movies.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them are not great. and I'm going to defend like the Snyder DC verse. Like everyone's those movies suck more than the Marvel movies are so precious, and there's nothing wrong with them. But like, really, you're talking about these 4 movies where it's. Never mind. I won't get into the Snyderverse because I might be one of those Snyder fans.
I mean, I'm kind of an outsider looking in, but it seems like Snyder at least was a visionary, and he's trying to do his own thing, which isn't necessarily bad.
I mean, he was of course, you know, he's such a very compelling visual director. I mean, he started off doing music videos, and that's all telling the story with using visual elements. So when you look at like his vision for Superman and Batman, and this, you know, it's definitely not what I would have wanted to do or done or wanted in it. But his vision, going back to watching those, I really respect what he did with that work, and it's very stunning. It's very beautiful to look at.
And I would still contend that the Watchmen movie is great. I'll be an apologist for that. That's a great movie that is, like, aside from the ending, very close to the original material, and I would all argue that makes a better choice at the end.
Right, the casting and the acting was perfect in that movie.
Yeah,
and the visuals, the stunning, like it looks like a comic book come to life. And exactly, I'm with you on that. But also, much as like Snyder, like I will only watch the Snyder cut, and I will only watch the extended versions of Batman v Superman kind of guy. Give me more, give me all of it. And This is the same with The Watchmen. Give me that. I'm watching that 4-hour cut over like the theatrical cut every day. Sorry, Avengers. It kind of went in because Joss Whedon directed that, and he went in and fucked over Zack Snyder's Justice League. So then we're going to take the spotlight from Avengers Age of Ultron and talk about Justice League.
I like it.
But while we were watching the Avengers, what were we listening to on our Spotify?
Well, we were bopping on the Billboard Hot 100 to a song from another movie franchise with maybe too many films, the Fast and the Furious. We were listening to See You Again by Wiz Khalifa featuring Charlie Puth.
I didn't know Charlie Puth was in the Fast and Furious movies.
No, but the song was dedicated to a guy that died.
Oh, is this? I was making a joke, but is this Paul Walker?
There it is. Yeah, I'm just gonna bring up dead people today.
All right. Well, here's Wiz Khalifa coming at you.
It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
Damn, who knew? All the planes we flew, good things we've been through. That I'll be standing right here talking to you about another path. I know we love to hit the road and laugh, but something told me that it wouldn't last. Had to switch up, look at things different, see the bigger picture. Those were the days, hard work forever pays. Now I see you in a better place.
Speaking of depressing, as soon as that started, I'm clicking through my tabs and to see you again. And Edwin Aguilar's wiki's on my page and looking at his face. And it's just like, all right. Because this was when Paul Walker died. And what was his name? Vin Diesel looks at Paul Walker and then doesn't he like fade into like a Force Ghost like Star Wars?
Yeah, I think so.
Or maybe I'm just looking at too many terrible memes. All right, Wiz Khalifa there. All right, Steve, I need to maybe get away from all this little sad talk. Sad to see Edwin go, and I was gonna say let's dedicate this episode to him, but no, he deserves better.
That's right. But let's talk about the episode that we're about to watch called Bullied. So in it, when Bart is bullied after a school dance, Marge gets the city to adopt a tough anti-bullying law that gets Homer arrested when Rod and Todd claim that he's bullying Ned, but Ned refuses to forgive Homer.
All right, Steve, I'm going to make you watch this episode or else.
Oh, no. Well, I'm going to make you watch it or else.
Yeah, what are you going to do about it?
Well, I'll probably watch it.
All right, let's go watch it.
All righty. We'll be right back. And we're back. Today we're talking about Bullied, the 21st episode of the 26th season. It originally aired on May 10th, 2015. It is episode 573 in the show's run. Your nerd code is TABF15. It was written by Tim Long, directed by Lance Kramer. Your showrunner is Al Jean.
All right, Tim Long. Welcome back to the show, Tim.
Mm-hmm.
What was the last one we did with you, Tim? I'm going to say it was The Kid Is All Right, maybe?
Yeah.
Where's Tim at? Is he not here today?
He got stuck in traffic.
Okay. $1 Million AB. That was an old one we did. Homer
We did write the Gaga episode, which we have still yet to review.
Homer and Ned's Hail Mary Pass.
Uh-huh.
It's got a lot. Behind the Laughter, of course.
Mm-hmm.
The Bible stories.
Ooh.
But one of our favorite segments from Treehouse of Horror 10, Desperately Zeking Xena.
Oh, yes. Classic.
He's still, of course, Doe Canada. Don't forget that one.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got an episode coming up called Panic in the Streets of Springfield.
Oh, no. That sounds scary.
All right. Well, welcome back, Tim.
Yep. And, of course, some trivia up top. The title of the episode, Bully, is a take on the word bully and Pixar film WALL-E.
I didn't mean that one.
Yeah, it works.
You're a real jerk, you know that?
That sounds about right.
Hey, Steve.
Yeah.
Title gag there. We got Mr. Burns flying through the air in the old Orville Redenbacher's plane.
Popcorn powered.
Yeah. And then we got Smithers grasping on the rear wing there.
Just flying through the air like that Red Baron.
Flying through the air, fancy free.
That's right. We also have a couch gag, Craig.
Wow.
In celebration of the 2015 Women's FIFA World Cup, a soccer goal is set in the place of the sofa. Homer plays goalie, missing the shots of Maggie, who's all decked out in U.S. women's soccer gear, until Homer is buried in balls.
There was a cut scene too where Maggie slides on the ground and rips off her shirt, like Mia Hamm. Was that her?
Yeah. Was it Mia Hamm?
I think so.
It was Chastain, Brandy Chastain,
Oh,
in 1999.
sorry, Mia. Didn't mean to put you there. Who's the new one now? Everyone loves Rapino.
Yeah, she's the one with the hair.
Yeah, she's got the hair. Was that the World Cup or was that the Olympics? Because the women's American soccer team or football for you people across the pond, they're like the best in the world.
Yeah, they are, and they don't get the funding or the respect they deserve,
Right.
because
They're not men. Yeah,
right,
that's dumb.
it is dumb.
All right, you know what's not dumb, Steve?
What's that?
The kids at Springfield Elementary School. Actually, they are dumb.
Actually, some of them are kind of dumb.
Yeah. Well, that's where our episode begins. It's groundskeeper Willie. He's got an important announcement. He's going to return to Scotland, Steve, and never be seen again. That's kind of weird. So I guess no more Willie?
No more Willie.
All right. Well, he's actually found a replacement.
Mr. Johnny Mathis.
Chances are I will give this hedge a trim, and I will kill the gophers too.
So beautiful.
You're late for school.
And Friday's lunch will be fish sticks, peas.
I'll finish those morning announcements. And lime jello.
Pathetic.
Also, Friday night is the school dance, and that's a treat for the popular children and a chance for the rest of you to look within yourselves and ask what's wrong.
Seymour, let me know if you make a BM today.
Steve, you'll let me know if you make a BM today, right?
I can assure you that I did.
Okay. I like how Skinner's dreaming of Willie quitting and hiring Johnny Matthews.
Yeah, I didn't know that, for one, that he was so antagonistic against Willie.
Yeah, I didn't know where this hatred came from.
Willie having fun with, or Dan having fun with his Willie.
I was give it a little posh.
The posh English.
Yeah. Johnny Mathis, that was a fun little song you got to sing.
Yeah.
I made
It made him look very good, too.
Yeah.
Considering he's probably like 95 or something.
Right. Bill Murray was jealous that he got to kill all those gophers.
So later that evening, we joined the Simpsons family for dinner. Marge has found a flyer that reads, "Why don't we do it in the gym?" A reference to the Beatles song with the similar title from their White album. The flyer also depicts a punch bowl dancing with a basketball hoop, which I enjoy. So Marge is excited for her special little guy's first dance, but Bart is unsure why he should have to go. After all, it makes standing around with your friends feel like you're a loser. And Craig, I feel like, dances were weird, especially like in middle school. Like we would have like the after school socials.
Yeah. I was going to say, wasn't it like literally after school?
Yeah.
Like an hour or 45 minutes, and it was just like boys standing in one corner, girls in the other.
Yeah, that was about it.
There's usually like when you're like sixth grade, isn't there always like maybe 2 or 3 couples?
Yeah, there's like one couple that have seemed to be like together forever.
Right.
It's probably been like 3 weeks because they're 12.
It's like when you're that age, like I say elementary, like Bart's age, like, if you're like, I'm doing air quotes of going out with a girl, you literally don't do anything, right? Like,
no.
I mean, it's been a while since I dated a 4th grader, but
it's been a couple years.
It's been a while. No, I'm just saying, like, I remember like 4th or 3rd grade, like having a girlfriend, but it was just like I would walk home together. She, didn't even live by me, so I'd be like at the end of the street from the school. And it's like, bye, okay. She'd wear my coat, and then you'd see her at school the next day, and then like a week later, she just stops talking to you, Steve.
Yeah, it sounds a lot like my first relationship. Yeah.
Technically, I think. What was her name? I forget, but I think we're still dating. We never broke up.
Wow, that's you're
Christina,
like common law now.
Yeah, Christina. Sorry, we're breaking up now.
Oof, what a way to hear it on our favorite podcast.
I didn't know this is going to be aired on Yo, Is This Racist?
He's a big Andrew T fan.
Tony Newsom, actually.
Okay, yeah.
Oh my God, we have that in common. Oh, maybe we should get back to it.
It could have been great. You guys could have watched Lower Decks together.
Yeah. Space Force.
Yeah.
She just likes to be in space, Steve.
Yeah. Just give a woman her space. That's what she needs.
Maybe watch the bajillion dollar properties.
That show, I love everybody in it.
Mm-hmm.
It never hit for me, and I don't know why.
I would just turn it on and,
it's good passive watching. Yeah, you're right.
Right. Okay. Well, we're watching something else instead of.
Oh, yeah. We're watching The Simpsons.
Yeah. School dances. Everyone had embarrassing ones and dancing 6 feet apart. Okay. But I was going to say Bart has been to a dance, but not really, because his dad pulled him out of school to be in the bacon grease industry.
Yep. Here comes a grease ball.
Hey.
We should bring a pizza. Why you got to make it a fun?
All right. Well, so Marge sadly deposits the notice with others in her recycled school flyer bin. It's funny she hasn't been for that. Lisa tells Bart some of his biggest heroes are dancers, like Krusty was on Dance in the Stars, until a panel of experts determined that he wasn't a star.
Oh,
which is that's really harsh on Krusty, I think, because if you look at
considering the caliber.
I was thinking so it's an ABC show, so Disney owns Dancing in the Stars, right?
Yeah.
Didn't they do something like Kermit was a contestant?
I was just gonna say something like that. Yeah.
They should do one where they just animate Goofy
mm-hmm.
is an actual that's what's gonna happen. It's gonna be to the point where it's gonna be they're like, okay, we're gonna do something crazy. We're gonna have a Disney animated character dancing with someone. So
after an all new season of The Bachelor, Disney Princess Edition.
I'd probably watch that.
Yeah.
The one time I'd watch The Bachelor. Oh no, I think it was The Masked Singer that it happened. Kermit.
Oh, it was Kermit. Yeah.
Dumb. I've never watched The Masked Singer. I still think it's stupid.
I think it's probably 4 minutes of show, and then you have 41 minutes of just boring waiting around and watching Ken Jeong be surprised. And
yeah, it's and they're always isn't the ongoing bit too. It's that singer. I'm pretty sure it's probably Taylor Swift. I'm no, that's Lady Gaga. And then the mask comes off and it's no, it's the first mom from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah, it's Danny Most from Happy Days. Yeah, it's got Posse.
It's Jason Hervey. Steve, this is how bad it is. I got a call from Masked Singer. That's if we wanted to do it.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Enough of that dancing, Steve. So anyways, another thing too is when Lisa's kind of talking about how some of Krusty was a dancer. Did she forget that Bart himself was also a dancer in season 6? Homer versus Patty and Selma.
Oh yeah.
Do we not remember that? Maybe that's part of my multiverse. That didn't happen in this Simpsons universe.
That's possible. Yeah.
All right. Well, Bart looks up to his dad and asking for some support on the school dance crap.
Dad, help me.
Son, for the rest of your life, you're going to go to all sorts of horrible events just to spend time with girls. Dances, stores, your wedding.
You don't like those things?
Oh, no, honey. I love everything you force me to do. And sometimes if you do all that, you get a very special night.
Oh, and what does that get you?
Hopefully not a you.
So Homer takes out the trash, singing a song about not inseminating your wife during sex. Well, he suddenly hears his neighbors, the Flanders sisters. Ned and the boys have just completed painting their fence white. And using some cartoon physics, Homer flips the fence so that the fresh paint is on his side. He thanks Flanders, but Ned points out that he's been working since sunup. And Homer argues that the fence is half his, so they let God decide by flipping the fence, causing Homer to react almost as if he was spinning the wheel of random. Ultimately, the paint lands in the Simpsons' backyard, and Homer does a tired Willy Wonka, I said good day, sir, bit, and then walks away. I don't like that bit. I don't like when people do it in life. I don't know.
Is it enough with that joke? Or
yeah, it just, yeah. All it's right. In that realm of you're killing me, Smalls.
Right.
I don't know. It's not witty. It's just a thing that people saw and they think they're funny because they can parrot it back.
Oh, behave, Steve.
My wife.
I can only think of Austin Powers quotes. Shagadelic Steve. That's his most popular one.
Yeah. Shagadelic Steve.
Shagadelic Steve. The snakes like to leave the bones, Steve.
The snakes like to leave the bones.
Well, Flanders notices that his kids are sad, or as he puts it, a frown princess of Gulmania. Rod and Todd are upset because Uncle Homer is mean to their dad. So Rod points out that his name isn't stupid, it's Ned. Mr. Flanders isn't comfortable with his son using his first name, and Rod quickly apologizing. What does he say to him?
Sorry, Mr. Daddy.
Ugh. It was kind of jarring hearing Rod say Ned.
I know it's strange.
But I like this little interaction. It was good.
Yeah, I think the dynamic of the characters in this episode are really well done.
Yep.
And we'll get more into that. But back at Springfield Elementary, the after school dance is happening, and the banner says outside, "Awkward memories begin here." The boys and girls each have taken a side of the room, and Milhouse is looking extra sharp in his purple belt and blinking necklace. Skinner, acting as a DJ, announces that it's time to hop aboard the school train, which causes a very high auto to imagine conducting a funky locomotive past the school, past Lard Lad holding a disco ball, past the statue of Jebediah Springfield disco dancing, and the nuclear power plant emitting musical notes instead of its usual smog. We then see several children riding the cowcatcher as the train car goes down the wrong track.
I'm going to die, children, and so will you someday.
I don't know if that's actually Ringo Starr, but if they got him just for that, that'd be great.
Well, he's not in the credits.
Yeah, I think they would have shouted him out.
I'm not a Thomas the Train aficionado, Steve. Is Ringo Starr actually the voice of Thomas the Tank?
No, I believe he was the voice of the conductor.
Okay.
And then he either replaced or was replaced by George Carlin. And then once again, whoever was second was replaced by Alec Baldwin.
Is it currently Alec?
Yes, maybe.
Is the Thomas the Train like Doctor Who? Like it's the same train, but it regenerates and it's a new person, but it's still the same train.
It could be. I am also not a.
Is that how that works?
I am also not a choo-choo expert.
Okay. Well, so the train is compacted, right? And we go back to Otto, who has passed out with his head in the punch bowl. The night goes on, and the children dance to some, generic techno. Bart, away from the pack, takes a fire extinguisher and shoots it into the orange drink dispenser, causing that glass case to explode, right?
Boom.
Nelson's upset because that orange drink machine, Steve, well, that was his mom's fiance's sole source of income.
Oh, no.
Bart receives a punch, but he feels relieved as the dance has turned into a fight. But then just then, a girl taps on Bart's shoulder asking for a dance. We don't recognize her because you know why, Steve? She's from the 5th grade.
Whoa.
And Bart knows if he takes her hand now, it's the puberty will be starting.
Oh, no. Yeah, so he then envisions 3 giant tubes of Clearazit shooting their white goo, which goes up in flames, creating a puberty demon, which is very similar to the hormone monster Maurice from the Nick Kroll animated Netflix show Big Mouth. And before we get into the whole debate, we'll say that this episode aired in 2015, whereas Big Mouth debuted in 2017. But Craig, are puberty monsters a thing?
Sure. I don't know. I'm not going to type in "are puberty monsters real" on Google. They'll just think I'm an idiot. No,
Luckily we have Yahoo Answers for that.
Yeah. Yeah, Nick Kroll likes hormone monsters and mailer demons.
Yeah, is he satanic?
I think so. Also, I'll let you know, I've never actually watched Big Mouth.
Oh,
weird because I like everyone behind it. You know, like all the voices. I love African American actress Jenny Slate doing voices there. No,
I will say that they handled that situation very well.
Yeah, no, but I don't know. I just haven't really. I guess I could watch it if I want to.
I would recommend it. It's the most obscene show and yet the most emotionally together. Like it's very sweet. It's very honest and very funny. I recommend it.
Do you think maybe Tim Long saw some sketches for Big Mouth and he's like, I'm gonna take this idea and put it on The Simpsons first?
Maybe.
And they even look similar, right? The monsters, Bart's
kind of, yeah. I mean, Bart's is more of a version of Bart, whereas the puberty monster on Big Mouth is its own character, but they do have a lot of similarities.
Maybe in other schools across the country or the world, the teachers said, all right, well, everyone has a puberty monster. I don't know if that's a thing. Hey, if you guys had puberty monsters when you were a kid, please let us know at 13simpsons at gmail.com.
Yeah, because that seems like a good plan. Like, children, I know you're scared, but don't worry. There's just a demon or a monster who is going to follow you around for the next 4 or 5 years.
Or would it be like an older sibling teasing their younger sibling?
Yeah.
Oh, the puberty monster's gonna strike. I don't know. I just never.
Yeah, I never heard of it, but
it's weird that maybe maybe it's just a coincidence then.
Yeah.
Because when I was watching this episode, I never really think of the dates and when Big Mouth and this. I'm like, oh, I wonder if this is a response to Big Mouth. But,
yeah, it's just weird.
Yep. All right. Well, Steve, do we have a clip of this Big Mouth?
I think we just might.
Shall I play it?
I think you just will.
Who the hell are you?
I am the puberty demon. For 1,000 lifetimes of man, I have been going through changes I don't understand. You can join me if you just take her hand.
I'd certainly like to help a demon, but
Do it! Enter the world of body spray, wiry hairs, and wondering what boobs feel like.
Do you know?
Sure. Of course I do.
Why not?
A rare use of a modern song with Daft Punk's Get Lucky.
How's that a rare use?
Well, I mean, they normally don't do songs that are of the moment, like on the Billboard Hot 100 at the time.
I think they do.
You're probably right. The internet commenters are stupid.
Yeah. Can you fire that guy next time?
Yeah, I'll make sure he gets his pink slip.
Thank you.
So Bart takes to the dance floor with his new lady friend, first moving awkwardly, but then gaining the confidence to properly bust a move. He dips his partner, swaps her briefly for a kilt-wearing Willie, and even slides her between his legs, causing her back to be covered in an old Band-Aid, a hairy lollipop, several pieces of chewed-up gum, and even an old retainer.
Bart kind of does his Bart dance, isn't that the is that what it's called, the Bart dance?
Yeah,
or just
the Bartman.
The Bartman, yeah. This girl, this 5th grader, doesn't have a name, Steve. I think we should name her.
Yeah,
because I looked it up and she's just girl from the 5th grade, according
weird.
to the Simpsons wiki. So, let's see here. I'm not gonna say it's Jenda. I don't think they look similar. All right, so the popular girl names of 2015, we had Emma, Olivia, Sophia, Ava, Isabel, Mia, Abigail, and Emily. Steve, out of those, what should we name her?
How about Abigail?
Congratulations, Abigail.
Abigail, you have a name.
Thank you. That was her puberty monster.
Yeah.
Cassandra.
I like that the puberty monster Bart got a boner in his throat.
Also, was the I know the acne gel exploding, but also a reference to puberty and other white explosion. I thought it was very graphic, by the way.
It was, yeah.
All right. Well, Bart's dancing continues, and he dances up the bleachers. The other children are pushing them in. He grabs 2 ropes and performs some rope moves. Who does he think he is? Pink.
Yeah.
But before he's doing the splits, and his classmates cheer. Unfortunately, Bart is unable to unsplit his legs, so Willie grabs Bart by the calf and throws him over his shoulders, ready to make him good as new. Once he gets the hammers, of course.
That's right. So Super Nintendo Chalmers slaps a sticker over the state volleyball runner-up trophy, and Principal Skinner declares Bart to be the best dancer of the night. Bart offers the award to his partner, who invites the boy to meet her outside, where he can give it to her. The trophy, that is. But as Bart steps into the cool evening air, he isn't met by a horny young girl. He's instead met by 3 presumably horny bullies, known as Dolph, Jimbo, and Kearney. And then back at home, Marge plans to take some action.
I like how there's a trophy for a school dance for dancing.
Yeah. I didn't go to a lot of school dances, but is that a thing where you dance the best?
Don't think so. I think it's just the kings and queens, right?
Which is also very weird.
Yeah. Steve, you wanted me to play a clip?
Yeah. Why don't you play a clip?
Hey, look! It's someone who does stuff. The bully's natural enemy.
Nice dancing, Bart. You're a real leotard.
Yeah.
That works on 2 levels.
Yeah, just like the old Springfield Galleria.
Do what you want to me. Just don't touch the trophy.
You're right.
Hi, this is for you. Let me give you a life lesson. This isn't your fault, but it's the end of us forever.
Hey, Cassidy.
Sweetie, what happened?
Bullies broke my trophy.
Oh, don't worry. When you grow up, you're gonna have a hell of a career. Oh, wait, you're not the girl. You're gonna have a hell of a career.
Thank you.
Bullying is wrong, and I'm going to work to change it. If I can get them to open up another register at Kroger's, I can do something about this.
Marge, we don't have Kroger's money.
Hey, I say that good job for Marge for opening that new checkout sign. Maybe she created a new job for someone, right?
There you go. Yeah.
It's positive.
Yeah.
She hasn't discovered self-checkout. Marge doesn't seem like a type that would do self-checkout.
No,
she was so confused.
Yeah. And it would just be a mess.
Don't you hate it when you're at the self-checkout? We've probably had this
but
before, but there's always that one person that like still makes the person, the self-checkout attendant, do the
basically check them out for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate it.
Also, don't you hate it when the self-checkout person comes over and is like, "Oh, I could do this for you"? I'm like, what?
No, go away. Just see that I'm over 21.
Yeah.
And don't need to look at my ID because I've been here many times before. Just let me go. So we then cut to the Springfield Town Hall, where Mayor Quimby is enacting some long overdue apologies to witches and their families, which is funny because it's not that they're denying that they're witches. He's just going to send out a sorry. But the final piece of the evening is a proposal from Marge Simpson. She takes to the podium, stating that she's going to reveal the world's filthiest word. This entices the crowd, with the mayor and his cronies especially excited. We then see that the word is bully, which immediately disappoints the townspeople.
I just love that the fact that they're so excited to see a word.
We're going to hear that word.
They wanted to see it.
No.
They wanted to read it.
Mo confronts Marge, assuming that she was going to say something else.
You know, I thought you were going to say... Now, Midge, thanks for coming and alls, but since frontier days, we've needed bullies to steal land from Indians and punch locusts.
But not anymore. Let's push bullying to the ground and make it cry and point and laugh at it.
Absolutely. Let's pass this legislation without any discussion whatsoever. So moved. All in favor? 316, 317, 318, 319, 2-1. Who didn't vote for it?
I didn't.
You better freaking vote for it or we'll bust your face, you little troll. The anti-bullying law has passed without objection.
Ow.
I love the everyone's reaction to Mo when he's swearing up a storm.
Yeah.
Also, we should probably have bleeped him when he said Indians.
It's true. It's pretty offensive.
Yeah. Steve, you can relive. What was Mo saying?
Oh, well, he was certainly saying that's like that they bullied Hans Moleman, even though they probably don't need a majority vote. Or they already had the majority vote.
That's a majority. It was great.
At best, you need like 2/3, but
yeah. All right. Well, Steve, the second act begins. And it's winter time, and Bart and Milhouse are walking down the street with their sleds, and Bart is suddenly blasted in the face with some white stuff. I think it's just a snowball.
Oh,
yeah. But it's Snowball from Kearney, who gives Bart his Christmas stocking before the beating can commence. The Springfield PD arrive to arrest Dolph, Kearney, and Jimbo for breaking the bully law. Jimbo is escorted into the back of the cop car. Lou grabs the purple beanie for evidence, revealing the receding hairline, which is canon.
Yeah.
We've seen it a couple times. It's fun. Oh, maybe that's why Marge falls in love with him, because he's man. Anyways, yeah. Wiggum predicts that clearing the sled for Bart and Milhouse, although he'll need to confiscate that sled and Milhouse's candy cane, of course, for evidence.
So two things, Craig. One, the license plate on the police car is number 1 doofus, which is a weird thing that you pay for.
I'm sure the taxpayers paid for that.
I know. But also a blunder.
Uh-oh.
Milhouse was seen carrying a candy cane, even though he's allergic to the red part, which we learned in Holidays of Future Past.
Boy, I really hope somebody got fired for that blunder.
You came up short, Tim Long. Came up short. So we then cut to Chief Wiggum sucking on that candy cane while being interviewed by Kent Brockman. The police chief says that the anti-bullying law gives the police broad authority, going beyond your garden variety Nurple Purpler. Although I would have said purple Nurpler, but what do I know?
Nothing.
They're also arresting adult bullies, the long trouser crowd. He goes on to say that arresting people who don't think they're criminals is a hell of a lot easier.
So we're at Krusty Lou Studios, and the Clown Prince of Channel 6 is frustrated with his young writing staff. Now, Krusty's outrage causes him to be another offender of the law, and Homer is finding some bullies of his own.
All you worthless writers ever do is stare into your phones. Why don't you text me some freaking jokes?
A TV star criticizing his writers. What has this world come to? Another bully for your collection, boys.
I need some prison jokes. Quick!
How about Orange is the New Black?
Beautiful.
Yeah. A car just cut me off. License JDB 653. He's a bully. Oh, and the guy that filled my soda gave me mostly ice. Bully.
Mostly ice, dear God. I'll never grow a tough enough skin for this job.
Excuse me, this is madness! The ice cost me more than the soda! Do you realize this?
Ay, ay, ay.
What hath Mom wrought? The police are arresting basically anyone they want to.
Lisa, you gotta learn to trust your government. That's what I do.
I love that I need a joke about prison jokes. It's like, Orange is the New Black. Like, it's not a joke.
No.
I just thought it was great.
It's just a bad Mad Magazine submission.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, is he just going to roll into prison? Like, hey guys, Orange is the New Black. And everyone just laughs. Well, some trivia for you. In Wickham's office, there's a wanted poster of Fat Tony, who will make an appearance later, a picture of Ralph picking his nose, an article cut out on how to restart your heart, and a things to do list with item number 1 being make a list, followed by a blank number 2.
I like that little list there. It's fun.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we go to the Flanders house, Steve. So Ned and his kids are watching the Super Nintendo Charmels get tased by the police on TV.
I was thinking about the news today. Oh boy.
Which is really sad because you're referencing something that happened today, but when this episode probably drops, people will think you're talking about that one that just happened today, April 22nd, which I'm sure there will be something.
Yep.
Does this come out after the Derek Chauvin trial is over?
Probably. So they'll be mad about that too.
Not a political podcast, but
yeah.
You know, the system's corrupt when everyone's seen a man being murdered, yet they got to go on a trial for 4 weeks to prove he's innocent. No, guys, come on.
Yeah, and how fucked up is it that we're creating for ourselves a season of this? Where like, oh, it's that time of year again when
in
black people
Minnesota
are killed. Yeah, exactly. Like we're planning for it like it's like it's a new TV season, but you know, it's just sad.
Yeah. So Rod asks his dad for some hot cocoa, but Ned regretfully informs his kids that Homer's borrowed both cocoa mix and the mugs. The boys feel that Ned is being bullied, but he claims that he's turning their cheek like Jesus. Was Jesus ever bullied?
Rod and Todd then imagine a young Jesus walking home from school when the 3 bullies, Dolph, Jimbo, and Kearney, are dressed as Roman soldiers, and they knock off the books from the hand of our Lord and Savior, or your Lord and Savior, somebody's Lord and Savior. Then they play Keep Away with the halo, and the King of Kings whining to get it back. One of the bullies throw the halo onto a nearby roof, and Jesus prays to his father to forgive the tough guy, and God realizes that he raised a wuss.
I'm going to say there's a blunder there.
Yeah?
God didn't raise Jesus.
It's true. He was a deadbeat dad.
Yeah, he was a deadbeat dad. Stupid God. Ow, what was that? Sorry, lightning just hit me for some reason.
Weird.
Yeah, anyway, so stupid God. Ow! Jeez. Why does lightning keep hitting me?
Oh, no, it seems unrelated to anything.
Yeah. Well, those little Jesus boys, Rod and Todd, they're in their bedroom, and they're praying for God for a sign that Unky Homer is not a jerk. They hear grunting and look around the window to see Homer tossing an old bed frame and mattress over the fence. And then, of course, Grandpa.
So at the police station next to a framed first bribe dollar bill.
I love that. I saw that like the second time I was watching it. I was like, that's clever. I loved it.
Yeah. So next to that, a cell full of Springfieldians who have been arrested for bullying. Dolph, Jimbo, Kearney, Bumblebee Man, Snake, Reverend Lovejoy, Krusty, Dr. Hibbert, even Super Nintendo Charmers. Why, even Lou the cop is behind the bars. But Wiggum claims that the fellow police officer is a workplace bully because Lou puts his name on his lunch so Clancy won't eat it. Wiggum shouts, "Bully, bully, bully," when the phone rings. It's Rod and Todd reporting a bully. Chief Wiggum furiously writes down on his pad as he says, wow, this bully is going down. We then see that the notepad that he wrote down on is exactly what he had just said. Wow, this bully's going down.
What did you think of that gag?
What's that?
What did you think of that gag?
I thought it was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was good.
All right.
Homer, meanwhile, is at home enjoying a beer in his favorite robe when he gets some visitors.
Ooh, I wonder who this could be.
Homer Simpson, I'm here to charge you with multiple counts of bullying your neighbor, Ned Flanders.
What's the... Oh, I never dreamed that a law and abuse could be applied to me.
All right, time for the perp walk.
Walk? But I just watered up the slip and slide. I have no comment at this time.
I sentence you to 90 days treatment in our new Biff Stifler Bully Re-Education Center.
Is it a school?
More like a prison.
Whew, thank God.
Welcome, friends. Welcome, welcome. No need for names. Well, there are need for names, or there'd be billions of people walking around without knowing each other, but I meant here. I know what you're going through because I'm a recovering bully myself. I was bullied for years and years. I tried to solve it in a way that I don't suggest. I shot a man, but that didn't fix it. It fixed it for him. He died.
It's Albert Brooks. He's great.
Steve, I know him as Albert Einstein.
Oh, yes, of course. Younger brother of Super Dave Osborne.
R.I.P. Bob Einstein.
That's right. I love that the names joke. It's very funny.
Very funny.
So he goes on to speak of his training in the Army, where he is punished over it, but he's told that he got over it, and he has something on the wall that says he got over it. He then flicks Homer on the back of the ear and tells the group it's time to create the path of empathy, and then calls them maggots.
Homer requests if he could do yard work like the young boys outside, but the therapist says that Homer's work is internal, and Homer's confusion angers the doctor.
Your work is internal.
You mean like vacuuming?
Did you really think I meant vacuuming? When I said internal, your brain went to something inside your house, like vacuuming. Is that what you thought? Do you know that's why that Dyson is a billionaire? Something is wrong with you when you think vacuuming. I'm talking about inside your head. In your head.
Oh, it's so boring in there.
Oh, is it? And I thought it might be like the Louvre. Now, no more talking. I know how this works. You find the toughest one, you crack that person, and the rest of you fall in line.
You'll never crack me.
You're probably right. Just like you never heard your mother say, I love you.
There's not enough tissue in the world for what I'm feeling.
There. The first 6 tissues are free, the rest you pay for. Use the first 2 again, they don't seem very wet.
I know we just had like a fairly long clip and then another clip, but I just love Albert Brooks' performance. It's just, he's the best.
Well, luckily, if we have time in the rest of this episode, he'll come on the show. You know, Albert Brooks loves doing podcasts, so
sure, yeah,
we'll probably get him. If not, we might have to just cut his segment out.
We'll see. Hopefully, there's enough time.
Yeah.
So we shouldn't have any pointless conversations between now and then.
Definitely not. No. Albert Brooks, you call him up, and he's really accessible.
Oh yeah.
Just don't tell Mark Maron. He's been trying for years. Hey, so the therapy session continues. Dr. Rutherford discusses humiliation as the colorful thread that unites all the bullies. So Chalmers then shares that his father was a psychologist and a big believer in the methods of B.F. Skinner.
Mm-hmm.
He had to go through a hamster maze to get his breakfast. So then the superintendent then burst into tears, asking which way to love Daddy.
You said Daddy.
Yeah. It's a breakthrough, and Gary can enjoy some of the free potato chips.
Yum.
I like the BF scanner. That was fun.
Yeah, it was a good time. So up next is Snake, whose only option is medication. The jailbird then pulls a gun on the counselor, further proving his point. Rothbold gives Snake all the money in his wallet and then moves on to Homer, and he wants to know why Homer hates Ned so much.
Well, he thinks he's so perfect with his organized garage and his barbecue grill that never has crud on it.
That's very good. Keep exploring. I'm already hating him a little bit.
Kids who love him and rub his back. And he's got enough extra hair for a mustache. All I got are Archie and Wicked here. I'm so bald.
Deeper. You've got to go deeper.
I'm so bald.
Deeper. And if you think I mean underground, I'm going to punch you. Why do you hate Flanders?
Oh, everybody hates Flanders.
No, just you.
That's right.
He ain't no chooch. Homer, you've got to find the answer to this. It's been bothering you your whole life. Also, it's 5 to 11. I have 10 more people before noon.
Oh, can you just tell me the answer?
If I told you the answer, then you would not have discovered it for yourself. Did you see that Indiana Jones movie? Did anybody tell him where that thing was?
Does this guy know?
Well, only you know.
All right. I hate Ned Flanders because he's better than me in every way.
I think we have a breakthrough.
I was going to say that too.
Another long clip there.
Yeah, I know that the joke deeper. It's an Austin Powers joke, I know, but it's so dumb. It makes me laugh every time.
And it seemed really unexpected in this episode.
Yeah.
It was pretty good, though.
I thought it was funny, and I don't know how much that is script and how much that is Mr. Brooks ad-libbing, but
I've always wondered that with Al Brooks when he does the voices, like how much is...
Because it seems so conversational and so like off the dome.
Do you think that... I know when the show was originally all the voice actors were in the same studio recording all the lines, and I know now they just record separately, but do you feel like special instances like when Albert Brooks does a voice, like maybe Dan does come and read with him?
Yeah, because their back and forth seems so natural.
Yeah,
that it's probably just a real treat for Dan to be able to play with him,
because Dan ad-libs too.
Yeah, exactly.
Imagine so.
Yeah.
All right, well, Steve, let's talk about The Simpsons here.
All right.
With our final act.
Okay.
Yeah, so it begins with the camera panning down a cloudy sky as a somber music plays. Krusty appears. The Chiron reads former bully. The clown states that he used to be a jerk, never caring whose feelings he had hurt as long as he got a laugh. And Fat Tony is the next talking head, describing when he took a thumb when a pinky would do. Then we get Homer, Agnes, Chalmers, Bumblebee Man, and Mary Quimby all solemnly vow to be a better human being. Homer is having some trouble saying everything in unison with the rest of those guys. And I'll prove it here with this clip.
All right.
Once again, people.
To be a better human being. Better being.
Does he have to be in this?
Well, surprisingly, that was our best take.
Question. What will this video be used for?
Oh, in schools, by police groups, CNN. They're doing a lot of things now that have nothing to do with news.
This is great. Nothing America likes better than someone who screws up, goes away for a little while, then comes back and tells everyone how to live their lives.
Oh, I forgot to include remorse. Oh, it's okay. When it kicks in, it'll be 1,000 times worse. What happened to me? My mother told me she loved me. Maybe I couldn't hear her because my hand was over her mouth. Let yourself out, please.
Man, what a really dark line there.
I know.
So is he implying that he murdered his mother?
I think so.
All right. This is one of the more unsettling Abe Brooks characters, right?
I think so. Definitely scarier than Cowboy Bob.
Ooh, there should be like when Hank Scorpio comes back, because he's going to, guys.
Yeah.
I feel like he needs to have this guy on retainer. They should just have instead of into this, it should be into the Brooks verse, and so it's all Al Brooks characters from The Simpsons in the next Simpsons movie. Steve,
I like it.
All right, get it out, write it. God,
oh, I will. So at Isotope Stadium, a special guest is on deck to throw the opening pitch. It's reformed bully Homer Simpson. Unfortunately, the pitch hits the umpire, knocking him on the ground. But that's not an actual umpire. It's a returning serviceman coming home from Iraq. The crowd goes wild, and Homer goes to greet the veteran. And later, Homer is invited to partake in a parade.
You're a hero.
No, you're the hero.
No, you're wrong. You're the hero. I'm not.
I just have a little PTSD.
No, if you see a hero, you're looking into a mirror, man, because you're the hero.
Why is Mr. Simpson a hero?
Well, I suppose it's because he used to be bad and now he's good.
Yay!
Jenny, the Costington's float contains 10,001 flowers, and work started the day after last year's parade finished.
You say that every year, and it's just not true.
Well, there you go again.
Daddy, maybe someday you'll be a hero like Mr. Simpson.
He's a hero, all right, a hero sandwich full of baloney. Huh, I almost said that in front of the boys. Time I gave that Homer a real tongue bath. Glad I didn't say that either.
Fun clip there. The beginning, I love the that insincere banter with the vet, like, "Oh, you're the real hero." Like,
yeah,
he doesn't mean those words. I mean, and you hear that all the time too with like celebrities. Or I also like they have this like elaborate plan. Like, all right, Homer, you're gonna hit, because this is all staged. So like, Homer, you're gonna hit the Empire, and then it's gonna reveal he's actually a war hero. Like, what is? Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
And then
it's like those weird like videos, the weird like where like I saw one the other day where this kid is in his karate class and they blindfold him for some reason, and it turns out that the person he's sparring with is his dad, who just came home from the military. It's just weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just like, I'm gonna punch my son and then reveal it's me. I've been punching you all along. I didn't die in war. I just came home to punch you.
I love the Flanders, the kids, like, is he like questioning if he's a hero? Like, even they know like this doesn't seem right.
I didn't do.
Like, yay.
That's fun.
I really liked Rod and Todd so far in this episode. Like,
yeah, they were really good. I also like that throwaway line about the announcers of the parade.
Yeah.
It's like, it's just not true.
He said this last year. And Ned's thinking what he would say to really classic. Good stuff there, Ned.
Give him a tongue lashing.
Ooh.
So Homer's then signing photographs for a line of adoring fans. But the next person up hands Homer not a picture of himself, but a blank piece of paper. Without looking up, Homer asks what he's supposed to do. We then hear Ned asking for an apology. Homer is shocked to see his neighbor. Ned goes on to explain that sorry is not just the most exciting board game ever devised. It's also a word that Ned needs to hear from Homer.
But one uncaring sorry won't make up for the years of stupid Flanders Steve. Nope. Ned wants Homer to understand how he makes him feel. So he made Ned less of a man in his son's eyes. Homer has an awakening. He's a monster, not a hormone monster, Steve, just a monster. Ned walks away and Homer pleads for his forgiveness. Homer has to take a long, fat look in the mirror.
That's right. The next day, Homer crawls on his knees all the way from his house to ask forgiveness from Ned, who is watering his lawn. Ned just doesn't bend that easily, though, and Homer is determined to wait on his knees until his neighbor changes his mind.
So Homer stays on his knees until the day turns to night, and then day once more, and then Bart uses his dad to hold up a skate ramp. And even more time passes, and the rain falls, the sun, the moon rise and fall, all while he's on his knees, slowly sinking deeper and deeper into the ground. Marge lovingly shaves her husband, and Dolphin Kearney uses him as a tether, and eventually Rod and Todd feel they've seen enough.
I think he's suffered enough, Daddy. And he seems to be sinking. We're losing him.
And when you stand praying, if you hold anything against anyone, forgive him so that your Father in heaven may forgive you your sins.
That's from that ribbon book.
Yes, it is, Homer. And I forgive you, Transgressorino.
Now, Ned, why don't you join us for an all-is-forgiven brunch?
Oh, can I make my famous mimosa? A little sparkling water and a glass full of regular water?
Stupendous, Flanders.
Would you care for a Flanders mimosa and some Flanders nachos?
Doesn't sound awful. Like a little water with a little bit of sparkle. That's fun. And I would eat a cucumber with some cottage cheese.
Yeah, of course.
On a warm summer day, that sounds delightful.
Yeah.
And we can talk about it on our new show, Nacho Podcast.
Nacho Podcast. There you go.
That's right. We then go back to Otto on the school train, riding through the cosmos, passing a planet with an afro and a pick, and another with a handled mustache and a sign that says Freddie Mercury. I didn't get that at first, and I was like, oh yeah, Mercury's a planet. Funny. Otto then passes Miss Drizzle, a clear homage to the Magic School Bus. The creative teacher uses a megaphone with moving lips to ask Otto how many tabs he took. The stony bus driver responds that he took a whole sheet of Hello Kitties, which, as Miss Drizzle points out, will have the most deleterious effect on his brain. The Magic School Bus then flies into Otto's head, and he picks it out, throws it to the ground, and steps on it repeatedly. He then squishes both students and the teacher wearing the crazy printed dress. We then cut to Otto being woken up by a fellow four-person as he has fallen asleep while on the jury of a murder trial. And that's our show.
Interesting that Otto would be chosen as the four-person, is that what they're called?
Yeah.
The foreman. Like of all those people. Otto, really?
Right. This 25 or 40-year-old stoner.
Yeah, stoner.
He's even wearing the tuxedo
Shirt.
t-shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah. He wore for his wedding.
And who's driving the kids to school?
I know.
Probably Skinner.
I also like that in his stony mind, he like when he fantasizes, he just fantasizes about children's programming that convey transportation.
Right. It was a crossover we were waiting for. We needed Mrs. Frizzle. Is there any Frizzle? And
Yeah.
And I don't know. They're the two bus. Well, I guess she drove a bus too.
I mean, she did.
Yeah. I read the books when I was a kid. Come on.
Yeah, I've seen the cartoon.
Yeah. The new cartoon. Ugh.
Mm.
It's not out yet, but we all know that the animation style's horrible because they made her not unique looking.
Nope. She just looks like a lady.
Like girl.
Hey, girl.
All right. Hey, Steve.
Yeah.
Let's take a break.
Alrighty. We'll be right back.
All right, we're back, Steve. Let's finish up our discussion of Bull E.
Mm-hmm.
Some of our favorite quotes, visual gags, MBJ, maybe some quotes. Did I just say quotes?
Quotes, yes.
Quotes. What me? Oh, how about this? Is there anything we want to brand on? A shirt, a poster, a baseball jersey, a hockey sweater, a billboard in Times Square? I don't know. I'm afraid I want to say mine because I feel like it's going to be yours. So I want to say it first.
Go for it.
I think it'd be a really fun shirt that just says, "Why don't we do it in the gym?" And it's the punch bowl and the basketball hoop with the flyer for the school Springfield Elementary Dance. I just think the visual is funny.
Yeah, I think that's a great one.
I don't know if I would want the Springfield Elementary Dance underneath it. I just like the idea of just there's a punch bowl dancing with a basketball hoop.
Yeah, why don't we do it in the gym?
Out of context, I think that'd be a fun T-shirt.
I agree. And you're right. You did steal mine. But there are other things, like I do like the animation of Otto tripping out and the school bus or the train getting smushed to death. That's fun. You know, you could have like the Simpsons hormone monster. Simpsons did it first.
There you go. Sorry, I stole your dance. Oh, you can have the same dance photo.
All right. Or maybe I'll take the trophy with the best dancer with the person volleyballing.
You know where they're doing the commercial for the former bully thing. I'm just gonna I'm just gonna get a shirt that says former bully and just have that printed on a shirt.
That's fun. I like that.
All right. How about jokes though? Like, got any good quotes for us, Steve?
Yes. As you mentioned, Rod and Todd are very funny, and I like their dynamic of being upset with their daddy and Homer also because they don't treat his daddy right. But I mean, come on, we gotta say that Albert Brooks is the MBJ of this one. The whole line about names and how if we didn't have them, there'd be 7 billion people who didn't know each other. That's very funny. Just everything that came out of Dr. Rothbold's mouth is hilarious.
Yeah,
I think
the one where he implied that he suffocated his mother was great, but I like he said I shot a man, but it didn't fix it. It fixed it for him. He died. Have we had an Al Brooks episode yet?
I don't feel like we have.
Well, it was fun.
So let's just get into it. What are your thoughts on this episode in general?
Yeah, I think we were talking about last week. We've had a couple good episodes in a row, and we're hoping this is the hat trick for that. Well, I'll say I don't know if it was as good as the last 2 episodes that we reviewed.
Mm-hmm.
The thing about this is too, like the whole bully thing, and bullying has been around for ever, and it's never going to go away. That's just it. And I think that's what kind of this episode is saying. It's everyone's a bully. You're going to be bullied. Even when they're not bullying, they're being bullied. Try not to bully. They are being bullied, and it's just a way of like I think we're the culture is maybe like a little too sensitive at times, and it's like Ned is the character too that kind of sees all this is BS.
Yeah.
Even he understands it's just gone too far, with the anti-bullying. Because it's all great, but guys, bullying is never going away.
It's true.
We've all faced it. We've all probably done it.
Mhm.
We bully the Simpsons on this podcast.
Right. There's to your point, there's a line that one of the bullies gives, like, it's somebody who does something, the natural enemy of a bully.
Right.
And I think that that's so true that, no matter what you do, somebody's going to make fun of you for that thing. So you might as well just do it anyway.
Yeah, wasn't former First Lady Melania Trump, didn't she solve the bullying crisis? That was her platform.
Yep. I think she solved it during Infrastructure Week.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah. So, and I thought Albert Brooks, stole the show again. I think his character, very dark.
Yeah.
It's hard to put his characters in a list of who's better or who's the best. You're right, but Cowboy Bob is probably not the most memorable one. It is his first one, but
yeah,
still some good lines. Which one is Tab Spangler from the Heartbroken Kid? I don't remember that. We didn't do that one. Is vending machines appear in Springfield Elementary, and Bart gets hooked on junk food.
Huh.
Yeah, we haven't done that one yet, but it sounds familiar, I think, doesn't it?
Yeah, I feel like I've seen it before. Oh, yes. Bart gets real fat.
Yeah, okay. Well, it's on the list. We haven't done it yet, but Hank Scorpio, I think that's his best one.
I would agree.
But this is a good one. Yeah, I would put this in maybe as a top 5. He's probably only done 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that being said, I did enjoy the episode. There's some good laughs, throughout it. So let's say Albert Brooks will be turning 74 this year in 2021. So out of 74, I'll give this episode a 69.
Yeah, this episode was a lot of fun. It in a weird way called back to a more innocent time, even though it's only 6 years old. But it just feels like it felt very much like an old Simpsons episode. And I think that if you were to throw it into a season 5 or season 6, aside from any sort of technological advances, it fits in really nicely to a classic episode. It flows really well. The story arc of not the origin, but why Homer hates Ned so much it's nicely put out there. The jokes were solid. I think this was a really fun episode, and Albert Brooks makes any episode better. And I do feel like this is one of his more standout characters. Obviously, Hank Scorpio is probably the best, but I think that this one holds its own very well. I like how dark he is. I like how each one of Brooks's characters are always unique and unlike the other ones. And this is another just great one. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed this episode. It was, I've mentioned it before, but this is one of those episodes where pulling clips was so hard because I just wanted to play all of Albert Brooks talking because every line that comes out of his mouth was just gold. So yeah, I thought this was a lot of fun, and I do think it keeps up with our streak of enjoyable episodes. And at that council meeting, there were 317 votes. And so out of 317, I'm going to give this a nice 301.
Yeah, I think you're always in it for a treat when Albert Brooks is going to guest star. So good job, Al.
That's right.
All right. Let's good job to you, Steve.
And a good job to you, Craig.
Now give me your lunch money.
Okay.
All right. Well, hey, Steve, should we see if the streak continues next week?
Let's dare risk to do so. And to do that, we're going to need that good old Wheel of Random. Let's give it a spin to see what season we are in.
We have season 29.
Season 29. All right, let's give that wheel another spin to see which episode we are watching. Doo-doo.
Episode 7.
Season 29, episode 7. Why, that's Singing in the Lane. What happens, Craig?
Well, it looks like Homer reunites with the old bowling team, the Pin Pals, to cheer up Moe. They must compete with some arrogant millionaires. And then it looks like there's a B story where Lisa and Marge try to teach Bart that money isn't everything.
Huh.
I think the B plot must have been they just stole that from Family Ties.
That's right. Chip comes over and...
Skippy, not Chip.
Skip. That's right. Sorry. And then Nick is like, hey.
This would have been a great episode for Albert Brooks to come back in and play Jock, but I don't think he does.
Yeah.
That's kind of fun that the pen pals are getting back together.
Yeah, that should be fun. I wonder if Mr. Burns makes an
I was
appearance.
going to ask. Yeah. This episode came out November 19th, 2017. Do you remember it?
I do not. You?
No, I don't actually. So, hey, it's going to be fun for us, right?
That's right.
Wasn't that long ago. Ryan Coe wrote it.
Mm-hmm.
We've done some of his episodes. He's pretty good.
I do believe,
he's
yeah.
new on the one of the new writers. He's of course younger than us. So
he's a new kid on the block.
all right. Well, hey, Steve, I need you.
Me?
Just shut up.
Okay.
I'm not bullying you, but I just need to tell you that.
You don't shut up, I'll punch you. But I'm not bullying you.
Yeah. Hey, let's bully our fans by telling them to go to tpublic.com/user/annoyedgruntboys and buy a shirt.
Yeah.
And I'm going to bully the listeners to go to our social medias at 138Simpsons, like Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.
And I'm going to bully them to email us at 138simpsons@gmail.com. And then I'm going to do a 1-2 punch asking them, if they're so kind, to go to their favorite podcatching app and leave 5 stars or the equivalent thereof. And they can write a review, but it doesn't need to be a real review. It can be like gibberish or a question or the best time that they got beat up by a bully.
Or tell us about your hormone monsters.
Yeah. What does it look like?
All right. Well, it looks like I've been half an annoyed grunt boy, Craig.
And I've been your other half annoyed grunt boy, Steve.
Remember, keep bullying those skis.
I'm so bald.
Deeper, Steve.
I'm so bald.
Let me know if you make a BM today.